The other day I made a stamp out of a eraser and I had an epiphany. For the first time in my life, I am making art from curiosity instead of fear. And so I wanted to talk about that in today's video while I mess around with these cool Inktense blocks that I've never used yet. So let's get started. Are you ready, Wynter?
Handsome. You got lots of fans. They love you.
So the other day I made a stamp out of one of these rubber erasers. I had never done that before, and the last time I actually cut anything into rubber, I think, was in junior high when we did a lino cut exercise in art class. And so when I, oops, when I did this the other day, I didn't research it. I didn't look it up. I just went for it and I recorded it. And a lot of you guys have commented how that inspired you to just try stuff. And that gave me an epiphany because for the first time in my life, and I'm 57 years old, I am coming to art and creating art out of curiosity rather than fear. And it kind of gives me chills just thinking about it because it's such a mind shift to come at it in with the expectation to play, with the expectation to create something, but just have fun with it, to not sit down here and put all the pressure to make a masterpiece or something that's perfect. Just get your hands into it. So I wanted to talk about making art out of curiosity and not fear, and how that mind shift can really change you and push you into creativity, into creating, which is what this channel is all about. So I figured today we would just talk about it while we explore these cool Inktense blocks that I got. I've never used them, and so that'll be also an exercise into making art out of curiosity instead of fear. These are supposed to be very versatile. You can use them as a watercolor. You can actually draw with them and then put water on them. And you can also put water directly on them and use them that way, like a palette. And then I believe you can just use them like chalk. And so I figured we'd mess around with them and just have fun while we talk about making art and coming to art with curiosity instead of fear. You ready to get started, buddy? You're such a sweet kitty. All right, so let's go down to the workstation and get going. Okay, Wynter, I need this paper, honey. Okay, so this is the first time I'm using these, and all right, I think that'll work. Let's see if the camera picks it up. Sort of. Okay. This is the first time I'm using these, and all right, this is just a piece of drawing paper, and I really don't know, I didn't have a plan of what I'm drawing, so I'm just gonna kind of mess around with these blocks. I think when I did the eraser video, I just realized, that's what I want. I want to have fun, create art that is, not focusing on a result for a client or not focusing on, selling it, but just focusing, maybe not even focusing. How about that? But having fun and being curious, like, how do these work? What can I do with them? Are they, are they fun to play with? Do they do cool things when you make marks? And, what is it like to hold them in my hand and feel them? And, oh, they rub off a little bit. So it's kind of like a chalk, but it's also smooth. Just having those textures. And I think I really just long for that after being on the computer so long and so much of my life. And so it's just very interesting to explore and and the joy that comes with creating. Don't need that anymore. That was a kitty distraction thing. The joy that just comes from, you know, being curious and playing and not overthinking. If you're like me, you've spent a lot of time overthinking before you do it. Oh, I don't have an idea, so I'm not going to start. I don't know what to draw, so I'm just going to not do anything. I'm not good enough. And one of my followers reminded me of this book that really made a huge impact in my life. I'll go up here for a second. This book that made a huge impact in my life was Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. And I actually got all three of the books. They're in a series. There's Steal Like an Artist, Show Your Work, who I've lent to a friend, and Keep Going, which was really appealing to me because my mantra, even before that book was written, was keep going. Steal Like an Artist is really cool because you don't have to know what you're doing to get started. You just get started and you figure it out, and you know, paint the picture you want to see, write the book you want to read, you know, have fun. And so it talks about using your hands. Side projects and hobbies are important. Do good work and share it with people. So yeah, it's, you know, it's a great little book, and it's really helped me get out of my head when it comes to imposter syndrome. And I really thank the viewer for helping me remember that book by talking about it again. But yeah, just coming to art from curiosity and just having fun frees your mind. It takes away a lot of blocks when you just take the pressure off of yourself and, you know, just make marks and do things. Hey, it's Editing Nat jumping in here. I realized I kept talking and painting and forgot to put the camera down to show what I was working on. So I did a lot of talking that I'm going to not include right now, but I do pick it back up, and I feel like some of it was probably already repetitive. So we're going to pick back up looking down at the desk. So thanks for hanging in there. Well, I don't know if I have to start the video over, but basically I've just gone through and added water to all of this, my marks that I made. And I'm just making a sky now. So I'm not kind of having a plan. I just put a bunch of colors up here. You know, and I'm not even saying this is a sky. It's almost like a rainbow. This is kind of like a landscape here. But I'm just playing with the marks that I had made. I'm getting them wet with my little watercolor pencil. And now I'm going to take an Inktense block and just kind of maybe make some other marks. While the canvas or the paper is wet, you can actually go over it and make more marks, you know. So I'm thinking I'm going to make some clumps of trees over here. And maybe some over here. And then maybe get some orange for the sky, a little more orange. And you can just draw right on top of the water. Isn't that cool? This reminds me of like a Florida sunset. I miss those. I do love living in the forest though. Well, So yeah, you might be watching this and going, wow, that's really ugly, or wow, that's really cool what you can do with the blocks. It's kind of what I'm hoping you're doing is seeing some possibilities of what you can do with these blocks, and even just not these blocks, just grab something, grab some paper or some type of crafty thing, and even if you don't know how to do it, just start doing it. Just put something on the paper and have fun with it. We are so serious all the time, and we're so fearful, of rejection. I am that person. I have been very afraid of rejection, and it kept me from starting this channel for more than 2 years. But coming to creativity with curiosity, that's hard to say, takes away the block. It takes away the fear when you just know that you can put paper down, open up some tools or markers or chalk or these little blocks that you've never used before, and just start, you know and the more you can do that, the more fun you're going to have with your creativity. And that's what I want. That's the whole point of this channel, is to just play and have fun with creativity. And you know maybe you're older like I am, and you have spent your whole life not creating because you've been afraid to create. You've been afraid that no one will want to see what you have to create. Who cares? You want to see it, don't you? Don't you want to see what you can make? That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be a realistic, detailed painting. It doesn't have to be the next Mona Lisa. You are you. And a lot of you guys have encouraged me so much that you like my authenticity, or, you can relate to what I'm saying because you've felt that way. And that has meant so much to me. And I'm hoping that this channel can give back. And I hope this channel can build a community around that type of mentality. Just go for it, man. Just do the thing and enjoy yourself. A little bit more water. I just put down a different color green. I want to see what it looks like. Be curious. Stay curious. Let me know in the comments if you can relate to this and if you're willing to try being curious with your art. I appreciate you all watching the video today. I hope that it's inspired you to just go create something. Just be curious. Get your hands dirty. Don't judge yourself. Go make some art. Thanks so much for subscribing, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yeah, you too, Kinzie Coo. You too, Cuckoo. Yeah, you too, Cuckoo. Thank you. Okay, yes, good girl.